Welcome to the shadows of a reality that few dare to speak about, where the bed is not a sanctuary of rest, but a clinical theater of war. You have been conditioned to believe that the predator in your life is a master of desire, a person of boundless confidence and magnetic charm. But beneath that calculated skin lies a secret so dark it would shatter their false persona if it ever reached the light of day. Today, we are stripping away the mask to reveal the curse of the sex predator. We are going to look into the hollow eyes of the narcissist and expose the profound sexual suffering they are desperately hiding from you. While you were searching for love, they were running from an internal death that no amount of supply can ever truly cure. Have you ever felt that haunting, icy chill that settles in the air the moment the lights go out and the performance begins? You are reaching for a soul, but your hands are only touching a polished, cold statue that is mimicking human emotion. The narcissist doesn't want to connect with you. They want to consume you to keep their own internal darkness from swallowing them whole. This is the great irony of the predator. They are addicted to your light because they have none of their own. They are frequency junkies who use your vulnerability as a fuel source. The big haunting question we are answering today is, why does the narcissist feel so profoundly empty and weak even when they have won your total surrender? Imagine a person standing in the middle of a golden treasure room, yet they are dying of thirst because they cannot drink the gold. That is the narcissist in the bedroom with an empath. They have access to the most powerful, high-vibration energy in the existence of the human spirit, but they are biologically and psychologically incapable of processing it. Their curse is a state of permanent emotional exile. They can perform the movements, they can recite the rehearsed lines of passion, but they are spiritually impotent. They are watching a movie of intimacy while you are living the reality. This gap between their performance and your presence is the source of a secret agony they will never admit to. The predator's greatest fear is the silence of the soul that occurs right after the act is finished. In those few seconds, when the masks are supposed to be off, the narcissist is faced with the void. They look at you and they don't feel full, they feel exposed. They realize that despite their efforts to own you, they are still the same hollow, frightened child hiding behind a wall of grandiosity. This is why they turn their back on you so quickly or start an argument out of nowhere. They need to break the mirror before they are forced to see their own reflection in the warmth of your heart. They are running a race against their own shame, and the bedroom is the finish line they never wanted to reach. We are stepping into a cinematic breakdown of the parasitic loop that defines the narcissist's secret life. Most people think these predators are evil geniuses, but they are actually emotional scavengers. They are cursed to hunt for a high they can never sustain. You were never a partner in their eyes, you were an oxygen tank. They were gasping for air in the vacuum of their own narcissism, and your empathy was the only thing keeping them from a total psychic collapse. But because their vessel is broken, your love just leaks through them and disappears into the abyss. Today, we expose the internal poverty of the monster who tried to make you feel like you were the one who was not enough. Have you ever noticed how they seem to clock out mentally right when things should be most intimate? This is the dissociative defense of a person who is terrified of being known. To a narcissist, being seen is the same as being destroyed. They want your body, but they hate your spirit because your spirit is a witness to their fraud. This internal conflict is a sexual torture they endure every single night. They are performers who despise the audience. They crave the applause, but they fear the critic. Their life is a slow-burn horror movie where they are the monster trying to act like the hero, and the bedroom is the only place where the special effects start to fail. Let's talk about the secret weakness that the narcissist will kill to protect. They are addicted to the conquer, not the connection. Once they have successfully manipulated you into the bedroom, the thrill dies immediately. They are left with a post-intimacy depression that makes them feel weak and repulsive. To fix this, they have to devalue you instantly. They have to convince themselves that you are the boring one, the dirty one, or the inadequate one. This psychological projection is their only way to survive the crushing weight of their own nothingness. You are the collateral damage in their endless, failed attempt to feel real for just 5 minutes. The big haunting question remains, why do they keep coming back for more if it never satisfies them? because they are caught in a biological loop of failure. They are soul thieves who forgot that you can't eat a frequency. They keep trying to swallow your light, thinking it will become their light, but it only makes their internal darkness look more obvious. This is the curse of the predator. They are condemned to a life of empty calories. They are eating the menu and wondering why they are still starving. They are locked in a prison of their own senses, unable to reach the heart that would actually save them from their suffering. Do not click away, because we are about to enter the psychological breakdown of the narcissist's internal vacuum. We are going to expose the hidden motives behind their bedroom cruelty and why they use your vibrancy as a weapon to punish themselves. This is secret knowledge that survivors need to reclaim their sovereignty. You are not broken because you couldn't satisfy a narcissist. You were simply trying to fill a black hole with a teaspoon of stars. We are going to show you how to identify the energy leak and how to close the door on the predator forever. The fog is lifting, and the truth is about to become your fire. This first chapter is your awakening to the fact that you have been fighting a ghost. The narcissist's strength was always a hologram that you were accidentally projecting with your own hope. As we move into the breakdown, remember that your empathy is a sacred gift, but it has no business being used as a mop for a predator's internal rot. You are the sovereign of your own sanctuary, and the narcissist is just a beggar who was posing as a king. We are going to execute the illusion together, until the only thing left in the room is your radiance and their silence. The empath is about to find their sword. To understand the psychological breakdown of the predator, you have to look at the mechanical soul they've built to replace their human heart. A narcissist is a behavioral mimic who spends their entire life recording the world, so they can play it back as if they are part of it. In the bedroom, they are sampling your frequency to see which note gets the biggest reaction. They are data mining your vulnerability. They aren't feeling the moment, they are analyzing the impact. This analytical distance is what makes them feel cold. They are disconnected from the bioelectrical flow of love, which leaves them in a state of permanent biological loneliness. Metaphorically, the narcissist is a radio that can only receive, never transmit. They can catch your signal of love, but they have no internal antenna to send it back. This feedback failure is the source of their secret suffering. They are surrounded by a universe of connection that they can't participate in. It's like being thirsty in the middle of the ocean. They crave the hydration of the soul, but the salt of their own ego makes it poisonous. Their sexual weakness is the total absence of resonance. They are vibrating at a frequency of 0, while you are a symphony. The disharmony is what drives them mad. Their hidden motive for bedroom deviance or bizarre requests is often a desperate attempt to shock their own dead system into feeling something. They need the extreme because the normal makes them feel nothing. They use pain, humiliation, or objectification as psychological defibrillators to try and restart their frozen spirit. But spirit cannot be forced. It must be invited. By dehumanizing you, the narcissist is actually dehumanizing themselves. They are cutting their own strings and wondering why they are falling. Their cruelty is a confession of their own internal paralysis. They are screaming for a pulse. We must discuss the post-intimacy devaluation as a system reset. A narcissist views closeness as enmeshment, and enmeshment is terrifying to a weak ego. They need to push you away to regain their sense of separation. This is why they become keenly critical or hostile right after the act. They are killing the witness. They hate that you know their flesh. They despise that they needed your reaction. By abusing you, they re-establish their illusion of independence. They burn the bridge because they are terrified that you might cross it and see the ruin on the other side. Imagine a museum where all the art is made of ice. It looks beautiful under the lights, but if you touch it, it melts. That is the intimacy of a narcissist. They create a frozen masterpiece of seduction, but they cannot handle the heat of real human connection. The moment your warmth touches their cold frame, they start to dissolve. This is their curse. They are trapped in a world of appearances, unable to experience the depth that sustains the rest of the human race. They are biological refugees from the soul. Their sex life is just a series of melting idols. Their internal chaos is a static storm of paranoia that spikes during keen intimacy. They are always watching for the moment you realize they are a fraud. This constant vigilance makes relaxation impossible. They are locked in a state of hyperarousal that has nothing to do with pleasure and everything to do with survival. Their sexual weakness is their inability to rest. They are predators who never sleep. Even in your arms, they are calculating their next lie. This mental noise is a painful static that drowns out the music of the moment. They are cursed to be awake in a world of nightmares. Let's look at the metaphor of the mirror once more. The narcissist uses intimacy to verify their existence. I am being touched, therefore I am. But flesh is not spirit. They are searching for a spiritual validation in a physical transaction. This categorical error is why they are always disappointed. They ate the body, but they miss the life. They are cursed to be gourmets of the surface, starving for the marrow. They hate you because you have the marrow and they don't. Their cakegemin is the rage of a starving man watching someone else eat a feast he doesn't know how to taste. The narcissist is a frequency parasite who jams your internal signal to stop you from rising. They sense that your depth is lethal to their surface. They need to keep you in a state of confusion so you don't notice their bankruptcy. By contaminating the bedroom with shame, they ensure that you vibrate at their level. This is strategic dissonance. They invite the shadow into the sacred space to pollute the light. They are vandals of the soul. Their sexual suffering is the total absence of harmony. They are tuned to a station that only plays screams. There is also the projective identification of their own disgust. Deep down, the narcissist finds the human body and human needs to be repulsive because they are weaknesses. They despise themselves for having lust, so they dump that disgust into you. They treat you like a trash can for their internal rot. This shame injection is the twisted goal of their intimacy. They walk away feeling clean because you are now carrying the dirt. But the dirt is theirs. They are cursed to be permanent carriers of a spiritual disease that they cannot cure, only spread. This psychological breakdown reveals that the narcissist is a broken tool trying to measure infinity. They fail because they have no scale. The terrible thing is that they blamed the infinite for the failure of the tool. As we move into the dramatic turning point, you will see what happens when the empath stops being measured. You are going to see the power shift from the parasite to the sovereign. The sexual suffering of the narcissist is about to become their final prison, while your clarity becomes your key. You are about to become untouchable. The predator is about to be discarded by truth. The dramatic turning point arrives with the silence of the grey rock. It happens the moment you stop participating in the performance. You are physically there, but energetically gone. You observe the narcissist's techniques with a clinical detachment. You see the wires. You hear the script. This lack of reaction is a nuclear strike on the narcissist's ego. They are pushing the buttons, but the machine is unplugged. This is the psychological plot twist. The prey has become the scientist, and the predator is now the subject. The room freezes with the power of your indifference. Watch the narcissist's panic when their primary hook, your reaction, is permanently lost. They will double down on the theatrics. They will try new tactics, darker requests, or fake tears. They are frantically trying to re-establish the connection to your power grid. But you are not providing the charge. This sudden depletion of supply creates a system-wide failure in the narcissist. They start to look small, repetitive, and obvious. The aura of danger is evaporating into a stench of desperation. The master of the bedroom is now just a beggar at the door of your soul. This is the moment of internal sovereign alignment where you realize that the narcissist's sexual strength was just borrowed light from your own empathy. You stop viewing yourself as used and start viewing yourself as the owner of the energy. You are the generator, and you have shut down the grid. The narcissist senses this mental fortification and it triggers their annihilation anxiety. They feel like they are dissolving because you are no longer defining them with your focus. They are fading into static. You are becoming solid. The sovereign has reoccupied the temple. Detail the narcissist's desperate pivot. When seduction fails, they pivot to malignant withholding or sexual sabotage. They will mock your body, ignore your needs, or cheat openly to trigger your insecurity. This is guerrilla warfare of the ego. They are trying to burn the temple because they can't rule it. But the healed empath blesses the fire. You accept the devaluation with a calm smile. Oh, I'm boring now? Good. Go find someone else. This total lack of jealousy is the lethal blow. If you don't care about the discard, the narcissist has no power over your life. The plot twist deepens. The bedroom silence becomes the clarifying light of your entire existence. You start noticing the mechanical nature of their every move. The spell is shattered. The narcissists sense this clarity and they realize the exit is approaching. They will attempt a hysterical hoover, a sudden burst of fake passion and promises of deep change. They might even cry and confess their secret suffering to hook your compassion one last time. But you see the calculation. You recognize the performance. You don't open the door. You are done being the sacrifice. They attempt a malignant discard to save their ego from your indifference. They announce that you are the problem, that you have no drive, that you are cold. This is a psychological confession of their own failure. They are trying to rewrite the history before they run for new skin. But you are relieved. You accept the discard like a promotion. You watch them walk out and you feel the density of the air lifting. The parasite has detached because the host has become toxic with truth. You are free. The morgue is empty. Show the shift in the energetic signature of the bedroom. The moment the narcissist is gone, the space sanctifies. You wash the sheets, you open the windows, and you reclaim the air. The static is gone. You realize that the sexual suffering was never yours, it was a contagion from the abuser. Now that the carrier is gone, your vitality starts to return. You breathe into your center, and you feel the light ignite. The narcissist is pacing the perimeter of a new victim's life, while you are dancing in the sunlight of your own presence. Psychological shift. You forgive the body for surrendering to the predator. You realize that the body was just trying to survive the extraction. You nurture the flesh with self-love. You realize that the relationship was a dark ceremony that forced you to find your internal power. You thank the trauma for breaking the shell and releasing the warrior. The empath has graduated from the school of shadows. You are no longer exploitable. You are vibrating at a frequency that predators cannot match. You are sacred ground. You are impenetrable. This is the moment of total detachment. You look at the past and you don't feel pain, you feel knowledge. The narcissist is a name you barely remember. They are a minor malfunction in the great machine of your evolution. The turning point is absolute. You are inhabiting your own life with an intensity that is terrifying to the weak. You are steady. You are solid. You are home. The power shift is complete. You are the master now. The silence has won. The sanctuary is restored. The predator is inert. As we move into the collapse, remember, the narcissist depends on your reflection to stay 3D. By withdrawing your desire and your drama, you have deleted their existence in your universe. They are going to panic. They are going to burn their own world down to get your attention. But you are no longer the firefighter. You are watching the fire from the high ground, safe in your sovereignty. We are about to witness the total internal collapse of the abuser as they realize that the empath they used has finally, irrevocably, reclaimed their soul. The end is brutal and correct. The collapse of the narcissist is a spectacle of absolute void. When the empath is truly healed, the narcissist's false self shatters from the internal pressure of its own nothingness. They experience narcissistic mortification, the psychic death they've been running from since childhood. You will see them acting out with manic recklessness. Their lies become screams. Their mask is melting. They are choking on the ash of their failed performance. They are frantically trying to find a mirror that doesn't show the truth, but the whole world is becoming a mirror. They are crushing under their ego. Their social consequences are swift and public. As the recovered empath moves through the world with quiet dignity and icy indifference, the narcissist's smear campaign evaporates into the stench of desperation. The truth has its own gravity. People start seeing the pattern of the withered victims the narcissist leaves behind. You are the witness who survived the autopsy. The narcissist is losing their grip on reality. They are exposed as the energy predator who needs a reaction to feel powerful. They are isolated in the biohazard they created for you. They are locked in a mind that hates the flesh. The internal panic of the narcissist becomes a manic screaming for new supply that no longer exists. They look for you in every face they exploit, but no one can reflect the God image you once gave them. They are starving for the high-grade empathy your sacred energy used to provide, but the pharmacy of your soul is permanently closed. They realize, too late, that they killed the golden goose. This regret isn't love, it's hunger. They hate you for being happy without their permission. Every smile you have is a stab to their insecurity. They are fading. Watch the harsh truth of their new life. They look old. They look gray. They look brittle. The life force they stole from you has expired, and they have no internal reactor. They are cursed to repeat the same loop with lesser and lesser souls until they devolve into a primal state of need. They are trapped in a body that is closing down, haunted by the memory of the Owen who got away and found the sun. They are obsessed with the fact that you are silent. Their rage has no target, so it turns inward, eating their remaining humanity. They are irrelevant. The tone is brutally cold and analytical. The narcissist is a parasite that underestimated the sovereignty of the empath. By moving on physically and spiritually, you have executed the predator. They are walking dead, carrying the corpse of their own ego. They hate you for surviving their sexual warfare. They hate you for being whole in a world they told you was a killing floor. Every breath of peace you take is a poison to their delusion. They are collapsing into the center of their own nothingness. The final discard was yours, and it was lethal. Internal panic leads to pathological stalking of your happiness. They analyze your every post, searching for a sign of pain, a sign of return. But they find nothing but strength. This strength is traumatic to the narcissist. It debunks their God complex. It proves they are just a glitch in your evolution. They are screaming from the shadows, trying to cast a spell that your nervous system no longer decodes. They are irrelevant. This irrelevance is the final consequence of their evil. They wanted to be remembered as a god, but they will be forgotten as a malfunction. The social discard concludes with the final isolation. The flying monkeys start to see the monster. Your health has exposed the lie. The narcissist is left alone in the toxic environment they designed for you. This irony is perfect justice. They are terrified of the world because the world now knows the stench of their soul. They are the ones who are locked in now, locked in a mind that hates the flesh, locked in a heart that is cold, and locked in a life that is empty. The collapse is total. The predator is inert. The curse has finally settled. Brutally truthful analysis. The narcissist failed because they underestimated the primal intelligence of the spirit. They thought they could starve the empath, but they only forced the empath to hibernate. Once you wake up and retain your energy, you are invisible to their manipulation. The narcissist is a shadow that cannot exist in the presence of your internal truth. They are disintegrating. The sexual suffering was your incubation phase, and you have emerging with new skin. You have inverted the trauma into power. The narcissist is a broken tool. Intensify the collapse. You watch their destruction with a sense of sacred justice. You don't feel vengeance, you feel order. You see that the world is actually safe because you are the one who commands your biological energy. The narcissist's rage is a distant noise that no longer triggers your adrenaline. You are healing at a speed they cannot match. You are living at a depth they cannot reach. The collapse is the final closing of the narrative. The monster is dead, and the sanctuary is quiet. The end is brutal and correct. As we enter the final truth, look at the ruin of the abuser and realize you are the final truth. The silence was just a testing phase. You have found the key. You have opened the door. You have walked into the world and your spirit embraced you. The final truth is cinematic, empowering, and saturated with radiance. The collapse is complete. The sunrise is spiritual. You are free to build a world where predators are nothing but ghosts in the distance. You are the ONE. The curse is theirs. The blessing is yours. We have reached the final truth, the cinematic closing where the hooks of the past are melted by the heat of your presence. The final truth is this: the narcissist's sexual suffering was never your fault, it was the inevitability of a life without love. They tried to make you their jailer, but they only proved they were already in prison. You have realized that you are the master of your own territory. You don't need permission to be clean, to be whole, or to be sacred. You are sovereign. The winter is over. The light is absolute. Emotional closure comes from the absolute knowledge that the narcissist could never own your spirit unless you agreed to the contract of self-hatred. Today, you are tearing up the contract. You are closing the case file on the predator. You have realized that their performance was a confession of their own hollowness. You are moving. You are evolving. You are no longer searching for validation from predators. You are healing yourself by the fact that you can breathe, you can observe, and you can stand again. The verdict is total independence. You are free. Healing is the cinematic slow burn of sovereign re-entry. It is the feeling of the light reaching the bottom of your soul, the sound of your conscience as a steady drum, and the sight of a future that is pure. You are reprogramming your biology to expect safety. You are learning that empathy is a spiritual superpower, not a weakness. You are finding your soul. You are building a life that is so authentic and so rich that the memory of the narcissist feels like a B-movie you watched in a different body. You are the director of the new world. Empowerment is the quiet strength of the empath who refused to be a sacrifice. You have seen the bottom of the abyss and you brought back the fire. You are unshakable. The narcissist's screams from the shadows are just background noise in the symphony of your life. You have changed the frequency. You are tuned in to the voice of the universe, to the pulse of the earth, and to the truth of your own value. You have reclaimed your power, and you are using it to heal the world. You are a warrior. The era of the host is over. The final line is being written in the light. You are part of a global awakening of sovereign empaths who are retraining their spirits to reoccupy the world. We are collective strength. We are spiritually invincible. The narcissist's obsession with your body was the last stand of a dying parasite. The age of the predator is ending. The age of the authentic is beginning. You are a pioneer of the soul. Your voice is a siren of truth for others who are still shaking in the no-fly zone. You are calling them out. Imagine the final scene. You are standing on a mountain peak at dawn. The wind is blowing through your spirit, cleansing the last traces of the abuser's shadows. Below you, the dark valley of the narcissistic trap is dissolving in the light. Above you, the sky is exploding with colors you can finally see again. You are whole. You are complete. You are indifferent. The narcissist is a name you can barely remember, a face you no longer recognize. You breathe in the clean air of freedom, and you never look back. The narcissist is now a distant ghost, stalking the ruins of a mind they burnt. They are screaming at the wind, begging the dust to become the host again. But the dust stays dust. You are flesh and blood, light and fire, moving at the speed of joy. You have found your tribe. You have found your peace. You have found your soul. The sexual suffering of the survivor was the cocoon of the warrior. The credits are rolling. The theater is empty. The light is permanent. The war is finished. The narcissist tried to kill the empath because they were terrified of what would happen if the soul went sovereign. They wanted to keep you as their internal battery, but the battery exploded into a sun. You are magnificent. You are unstoppable. You have won the game by walking off the field. You have ascended beyond the manipulation. You are the truth. You are the way. You are the life. The noise was the fog, and you are the clarity. The ghost is gripless. Reclaim your space. Reclaim your voice. Reclaim your right to walk the earth with confidence and dignity. The sexual killer, the psychological parasite, and the emotional arsonist have no power here. You are generating your own frequency now, and it is a frequency of freedom, justice, and radiance. Use it to warm your own life. Use it to create beauty. Use it to love deeply with others who vibrate at your level. You are a generator of universal light, and the grid is restored. You are absolute. The narcissist's curse is that they can touch your skin but never reach your soul, while your victory is that you can lose their presence but finally find your own spirit. Go forth and live with the intensity that was meant to be yours all along. The act is over, the mask is shattered, and you are finally, irrevocably free.